Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Where you calling from?
Yes, this is Brown from
You are live on the radio.
Yes, thank you. Yes, so always, discuss monitoring and how to bring zero traffic. And I was listening to one of my friends on SOGO from Poro. These are some of the areas I think concentration. But let me tell you Master Ahmed. So one of the things that it is the private sector of what they can do. One of the problems with the approach here most of the time is for consumption. Those are either for potato green, palavato, they see the speciality. So some of or vegetable, but the time it happens then, you take them from the farm, and then maybe rain, and it come market, and we don't sell all that day, and then all of that together. So what the government can do, or maybe private sector people who have money, you can build something like real estate, and you can build a prison, or warehouse that can be there. Some of those vegetable that the market in the email, they can tell them by the warehouse, and then the next day, they can tell you friends to come back to the market. But no facility are provided to get energy to most of the people who are on their farm, that are not putting for the farm to really the bigger market, and they only have to sell radio and all those kind of people. If you go on the farm and harvest and bring large quantity of potato grain, and then you sell it in company, then it means like no waste. Because you don't put the market and buy yellow grain. What about French grain? That's some of the issues. Besides that, government has maybe by region, you got warehouses that can take products on the farm and bring them right to warehouses. And other people who can be, middlemen can take it from the warehouses and bring it to because something that is important our people to come out. And another issue that I want to look at is that we are complacent of the united farm. Maybe 3, 4, 5 people to develop the farm so that they can yield more crops, they can have food sales. We let people have the shadow party. Why they for me, nobody can say, no kind of mentality. It's so plenty around here. And those few people who have opportunity to have, people can develop and they got money that they don't want to make it cheaper. Besides that, when the whole feeling, they have international community. So we use it so much. So the effort is strength. Or do something and then get something for our own. Use the soil and then watch do or something. That's not went there or around here. But there are people take them to go build. Look at that. When they say free season, they can find for us that they from someone community and those places they are for you so that at least somebody vegetable that can be planted, even though you see a very all kind of things. But those are the problems we have at the moment.
All right.
But I think the idea that we have there to farm warehouses that can be there, no fresh vegetable that can be consumed for the natural public in Morocco and one of our areas. Thank you.
All right, thanks for your call. You can do the same 086 107 107 077 0107 107 to call WhatsApp plus 231 887 29 06 56. If you are in the US, you can call this number 60 98 36 09 16. If you are in Liberia, you can call the local number 086 107 107 0770 107 107. Pastor Ahmed, over to you.
Okay, thank you, Alex. And I want to appreciate the callers, and the idea that he was bringing up, is a very brilliant idea. It's not like we don't have enough food in Africa. To be honest with you, we have enough food based on farming, just like what he said, especially when it comes to vegetables. The problem is how to preserve them and also how to coordinate the farmers. And because this is where I also believe that it doesn't have to be a government. You and I can come up with a way that we can form an organization or business, because that is also a business venture, where with all the technology we have, most farmers nowadays do have cell phones, where you can coordinate those farmers. Whosoever is planting cassava, they let you know that, okay, you can create like a WhatsApp group. In that WhatsApp group, you can have all those who are planting cassava on that group, the area where they're planting it, the region and everything like that. And we also have those who are planting whatever you're planting. So we have like a place, it could be a website or something, where those people can say, okay, well, I have this amount of cassava that I've produced. And so by us knowing that, we will know what area people need cassava and what area people need transportation. So what we can do there, we can tell this farmer, okay, you don't have to harvest your cassava at this point. Hold on so that this person will do the harvest. You understand me? Or maybe we can say, okay, you harvest like 50 tons of cassava. This person harvests 50 tons of cassava. And so we know what part of the country those cassava is needed, where when they take them there, it won't take like a week or two for it to sell. The same thing with the potato greens. You know, you can organize in your community. That's the idea about the good citizen. This is what the good citizen is trying to do, is how we can organize ourselves so that we will be able to utilize what we already have. Because electricity is a problem in Liberia right now. I know the government is working towards that. We all have to contribute towards that, because for electricity to be stable, we need to pay our bills. If we don't pay our bills, the government will not be. It's not like the government cannot afford to have machines. The government can credit machines, to bring those machines in Liberia that will be able to supply the entire Liberia. But the government does not make those machines, okay? It is going to take the Liberian civilians out of the taxes you pay. That is where the government will have the money to buy those machines and also buy the fuel that the machines use. And when you use that electricity, you should pay your bills. It's not like the government is making profit out of the electricity. The government does not make profit out of electricity, unless if it is a private company. For example, if I decided to buy a generator and say I'm going to supply electricity, then I'm going to do it for profit. So that when, maybe I will sell you, if the 1 kilowatt cost me, let me say $100, I might say, okay, I'm going to sell it for $150. The $50 will cover, because there are people working for me. Out of that $50 profit I'm making, you might think it's a profit, but I'm not making a whole $50, because I have to pay the workers. I have to repair the machine. I have to buy gas and all the rest of it. So it's the same thing with the government. That money you pay to the government for the electricity, that is where the government takes to pay the people who work at the LEC. That's where the government takes to also buy the cables, the wires, the poles that you are using. Liberia don't produce them. But if you, the citizen, refuse to pay your electricity bill, the government will run out of money. That's the reason sometimes the machine is there, but there is no oil to put in the machine so that you will have electricity. And that's why the last time I was saying to you that if you know someone who is stealing electricity, they're not stealing it from the government, they are stealing it from you. You understand? You should report those people. Anybody who steals electricity, they are not stealing like you think the government. You are the government. You are the government because you are the one who elected those people. So if we have enough electricity, for example, in America, the reason there is so much food in America is because, sometimes we cook food, we can put it in the refrigerator or freeze it for even a month. You can freeze potato greens, cassava leaves in your freezer for months. You'll be using it every day, so you don't have to worry about cooking every day. So it saves you on gas. So if we have electricity, it can save us a whole lot, and we will have enough food to eat. Because sometimes even when you cook food at night, if you leave it by daybreak, that food is no longer good for you to eat because it has gone bad. But if you have a refrigerator, you'll be able to keep that food. Even if you have it there for 5 days, you will always have food to eat. So electricity is so important for us to be able to have food sufficiency. And when it comes to agriculture, like I was saying earlier on, these are ideas we all can use. We can use those ideas where we coordinate in the community. Okay, you are planting potato greens, you are planting cassava leaves here. Let us coordinate how much cassava leaf we have in the market today. So let's say 5 people bring their cassava leaf. So everybody will buy those cassava leaf. They don't have to sleep overnight, because most people may have bought them within a day or two. Then after that, another group of people will also harvest their cassava leaf and bring it to the market. If we can have that kind of coordination in every community, every market in Liberia do have that kind of coordination. The people who are selling who are planting those products communicate with the market people and say, okay, we have enough cassava leaf today. You hold on to yours. And with that, it will also maximize their profit. We don't have to wait for the government to organize that. These are the things a chairman can do, like the chairman in the community. These are the ideas you should bring up to the market. That's why they made you a chairman. A chairman is supposed to know the problems that are affecting the community, and you come up with idea. The government don't have to think for you. You can think because you are part of the government. You can bring your ideas and bring it to the government and say, hey, we have this idea in our community and this is how well it is working. So we need your help. We need your support. Government is looking forward to such people, to such ideas. If you have a great idea that the government will relieve them from that burden, I guarantee you the government will support you. Any good government will support you on that. And so that is one of the things I believe we should do. And that's why I'm encouraging every community, to invite the good citizen. We can come to your community and have a conference with you. Whether you have teachers in your community, you have farmers in your community, you have carpenters in your community. If you call us here, we will have a conference with you and bring up ideas that will help them, to do better in whatever they're doing. Because the goal of the good citizen is that together we do better. That is our motto. Do better together. Do better together. If we all come together and put our ideas together, we will do well as Liberians. So if you are listening to the show today is about agriculture and about food sufficiency. What can we do as Liberians to be able to feed ourselves? And if you are a technical person, maybe you have an idea how to preserve food, you can also call us and let us know what you can do to preserve cassava leaf or potato greens or okra or ketele, whatever it is. How can you preserve it for a longer time? Because even the refrigerator we have today, people in the Western world were having the same problem. They were having the same problem. So how did they solve it? A technical person sat down and came up with the idea of the refrigerator. So we also can do the same thing. We are very smart people. We are the one with the problem. We have to seek and solve we have to seek for solutions. We don't have to wait for someone to come and solve our problem for us. We have to sit down and come up with ideas. All of these things that you see in the world today, we are using, we are buying, came from people who had problems. They did not see it as a problem as we see it. They saw it as a challenge. How can we overcome this challenge? What can we do so that the food we are producing, how can we preserve the food we are producing? That's how they came up with the refrigerator. So for us in Africa, in Liberia, we are the one going through what we're going through. We have to come together. We have to stop complaining, come together, and put ideas together. What can we do to solve what we are calling a problem instead of complaining every day? Sometimes I tell us we have to behave as if the government does not exist so that we can use our brains. We cannot depend on the government's brain. Let us use our brains in the community. Let us build community centers. Let us have meetings. A community is supposed to meet. Like in America, every area they have community centers. And those community centers are there for the community to come together and talk about the issues that they are facing. The community come together, they meet there every month. They talk about what is affecting them in that community. And after that, they will call the representative. That's the time they call the representative and say, hey, listen, these are the issues we're facing in this community. We elected you to make sure this community do well. But these are the issues we are facing. These are the problems we have. What are you going to do about it? That's how you do. It doesn't matter who you vote for. If you guys come together, every community, like the chairman, if a chairman calls you to a meeting, attend it. It doesn't matter who you voted for, because the chairman is not going there to tell you about their party or something. They're supposed to call you so that you guys sit together and solve whatever problems you guys have. That is the responsibility of a chairman. That's the responsibility. The moment that person becomes a chairman in your community, his responsibility is to bring people together. Regardless what political party you belong to, regardless what religion you are, you come together and talk about what is affecting you instead of complaining about it. So if you have any idea how to preserve food in Liberia, if you have been doing it, let us know. Let us know, call this line and let us know how we all can solve what we are calling a problem today. Over to you, Alex, for more calls. Your phone is on mute, Alex.
Yes, I know. 086 107 107 0770 107 107. Call, let hear from you.
I have someone on the line here. I have Mommy Beatrice. I have Sister Georges.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Sister Georges, any contribution? Mommy Beatrice, you can come in.
Yes, Pastor. Thank you so much for the teaching. I call it a teaching because this is an eye-opening situation that some people might not be aware of. So with these ideas, they can think about it, maybe do more brainstorming and see how we can help ourselves. One of the things I find too is that there are just too many people in the Monrovia area where there is hardly any free land. Most of the people in Liberia, in Monrovia today, at some point were living out in the interior, where they have land, where they still have family land, where they still have relatives. That if some people decide, the struggle is too much, the hustle is too much in Monrovia, let me go back to Senegal, let me go back to Ganta, let me go back to Bombing Hills, let me go back to Kakatan. You don't have to be in Kakatan City itself, but you use Kakata as your capital and go further into the interior where you still got your family land. Those are opportunities. And as the country is trying to, do better, it gives you a better chance of doing better for yourself. Because if you're someone who wants to plan something, you have a better chance of asking your cousin, your auntie, your grandpa, say, look, can I borrow this piece of land so I can make my garden to help myself? Whatever I get from there, I will give you something. And you be honest in giving them something. not just using it and say, oh, because I'm a family, I will just let it go like that. That's the only thing I see. It's just too many people in Monrovia that there is nowhere else. There is nothing there to do. But they have a better chance of improving their lives if they went back, onto the countryside. That's just my contribution today. Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate that. Thank you. And what you're saying is true because there are too many people in the city, and the city don't have enough food to even feed the people who resides there. Like the other caller was saying that even the swamplands in in the city that's supposed to provide like cassava leaf, potato greens, have been bought. People have developed them into places, so we have more people in the city than the city can feed. So now, if you want to buy cassava leaf, someone has to drive miles and miles away to bring it to the city. And when they bring it, it's going to be expensive. But again, there is a solution to that, like what I was suggesting, because even in America here, we do have, like, for example, at the backyard, a small space that we have. My sister had for example, Sister Kula had like on his walkway, his driveway. He has these blocks that had, like dirt in between them. She was planting potato greens there. She planted potato greens, just like a small piece of place in America. She planted potato greens and they grow. She harvests them. She harvests pepper right there in America. So I don't understand how people can live in Africa and they complain about how expensive pepper is. That pepper is very expensive when, to be honest with you, you can plant pepper at the back of your yard. You can plant it. It doesn't take you much. The same cup of water you drink, you can pour that cup of water on that plant, and that plant will grow. So imagine if people around the community, this person plants, you have those empty bags of rice. What do you do with them? Or you can even get like a bowl, anything you can put a soil inside and perforate it. You can use it to plant things. There was a country, I forgot, I don't know what one of this country, whether it was Norway or something. I gotta do that research again. That there was a time when they couldn't get egg, just ordinary egg. They couldn't get it. And what the government did, the government decided to give every household a chicken. Yes, they gave them a chicken. I think you've heard that story, right? They gave them chicken to raise. Imagine. They gave them chicken to raise. So every household in that country started raising chicken. Right now, to this day, those people are exporting eggs out of their country. So it doesn't take that much for us to feed ourselves, to be honest with you. If we just have the time, if we are not too busy more than what we need in life, believe me, there is so much we can do to feed ourselves. Even though we don't have enough electricity to have refrigerators, but I guarantee you we will be able to have. My mother used to do that. My mother, every time I visited my mom, I used to dig, because for her, when she plants yam, she has to dig a hole. And I was the expert to digging that hole for her. Like I'll go in and dig like 4 or 5 holes for her. And just for her to plant the yam. She always has something she was planting. So even though my dad did not have money, but there was always something at the house for us to eat. My mom would go at the backyard, get this, get that. And I've seen that working for us. And I do believe that if all Liberians, even though you are in that city, just looking at Liberia, even though there are a lot of people in the city, but you have enough land, even in your yard, in your backyard, if you can just get those empty bags of rice and plant, anything you plant there will grow. Like the other caller was saying, you might be old, you may not be able to brush a farm, you may not be able to cut a tree down, but I guarantee you'll be able to put some soil in a bag of rice. Nigeria is doing it right now. Like in Nigeria, people who have land that they are not utilizing right now, that's what they're doing. They have bags of rice. They plant yams there. They have a lot of yam. They plant their potatoes in those places. They don't have, right in the city of Lagos. People are doing that and they're harvesting, they're making money out of it. And I'm just praying, I'm just wishing that people who are hearing this idea will put it into practice. Please, if you have an empty bag of rice, put some dirt there, plant something there and call me, just send me the link. You can send me the link on our WhatsApp page and for us to see that you are doing it. And we are going to set a prize for the first person who will call us and show us what they harvest from that bag of rice. We are going to buy whatever you plant in that bag of rice. I will buy it from you. Okay? I will buy it from you. Whatever you plant in that bag of rice, just show us, because I just want people to know that this is something that is working and it is something that could change the situation about food in Monrovia and even in Liberia. And so call the station if you have any idea how to make this happen. We all can come together to feed Liberia. I want to thank those who are watching us on YouTube, on TikTok. Please send your comment. Ask us questions. We'll be able to respond to your questions. Today we're talking about feeding Liberia. And we will continue with this conversation next week again, because it's a very important topic. A lot of us, even when we go to church, we go to pray so that God will give us food to eat. A lot of people go to church because they don't have food. Yes, they're not going. People are not praying to go to heaven. So if you want to have food, God have answered your prayer. I guarantee you, this is the way God answered your prayer. Get a bag of rice, right? All the food you have been asking God for, get an empty bag of rice. Put some dirt there and just plant. If you are praying to God for bag of rice, you plant rice on that empty bag of rice. I guarantee you, God will water it and you will harvest rice in the name of Jesus. I promise you that. Yeah. If you are praying to God for cassava or potatoes, just get a bag of rice. I'm giving you instruction now, okay? I'm giving you instruction. As a pastor, I give you instruction and I bless that bag of rice. I pray for that soil that once anything you plant, it will grow in the name of Jesus. You will get your bag of rice, plant some cassava, plant some potato greens, and plant some yam in there. And believe me, you will harvest in Jesus' name. Okay? So please call the station, and let's do this. Let us feed Liberia. Over to you, Alex, for some calls. I think Mommy Beatrice want to call you. Mommy Beatrice, over to you. Yes.
Everybody have been saying, I kind of agree with most of the listeners that have been putting their input. The Monrovia area, like I see, is crowded, very crowded. For most of us that in the Monrovia area, I'm sure we have come from some counties. We have connection in some of the counties. It's difficult to own land in the Monrovia area right now. The swarm and everything has been taken. But we encourage people to go back to the village they're coming from, the county they come from. Actually, I don't know about the chief or the town chief, the clan chief, whosoever. Just for a portion of land, after you have learned something to plan, how to plan it, go back and try to see if you can start a garden gradually. For me, I don't jump big first. I always start step by step. Because you started walking for your head, I don't think it's right. Walk for your feet and then you develop all the way up. Started with what you can do, bit more water green, that's matter more water green. Those things are like right. So planted in my backyard. I was discovered when I went, I planted them in my fatherland. Somebody went to everything for that. One of the problem people have like praise is stealing. But I hope the stealing has gone down a little bit. I hope that has subsided. When you plant anything before it's not to harvest, before the cassava is full, the cassava is gone. The cassava leaves are all gone. So it hurt a lot of people that don't want to play anything. Well, it should discourage people. Those that have fences around their home, they can grow the things in the bag. Because some people you put tie the whole yard. I don't know where that design coming from. They got so much money. The way they in the entire yard, backyard, front yard, everything is tied. They don't know to play vegetable. They don't want to play anything. You put tie so I have to put tie because I'm gonna show you I'm more wealthy than you, I'm more powerful than you. But you build one story, I gotta build four story, and that's it. We're supposed to display ourselves on it. Don't get discouraged. You can I afford to build a house or build a mansion? Start from a little bit. Just try to help yourself. The pastor talking about the empty rice bag. Well, I would say cement bag. I go to cement bag. I go color green in cement bag. You can get a collard green, start putting it in the cement bed, pour at the bottom, and water it lightly. Your collard green will grow. You have your own food to eat. That week you want to buy collard green, it's a penny save. Every penny you can save is money to send your children to school or to encourage your children to learn how to use their hands in the dirt. Don't teach your children that you can't play in the dirt. You can't play, oh, I can afford it. You can't play in the dirt. You better than the other person's child. You get teach it there, but my children. Don't do that. It's dignity in labor. Let us try to change that mindset and go back to the soil like our great grandparents and they think about that.
Thank you. Over to you, Alex. Okay.
Please. I 100% agree with what Sis D said. I was about to say the same thing. I just caught myself short a little earlier. What is this about putting cement in your entire yard? Where would you plant the thing if the ground that's supposed to grow the thing is covered? Then you complain when it rains. Where do you want the water to go? Supposed to be open for the water to settle in the ground and make the crop grow.
We are losing you. I think your network is fading. Yes, your network is fading.
Built yet, but
okay.
Those who are building already, please do not
yeah, your network is bad, Sister Georges. I know you can. We couldn't get you right. Yes. Is there any caller from you, Alex?
Yeah, let's take like two more calls.
Okay, all right. Let's do that.
All right, let me get it on. Hello. Wasn't dropping down. 086 107 077 107 107. Hello? Yeah, 37.
We are getting him.
All right, ready?
Communal farming. The boy is also farm, but you should be communal farming in town. The town put together a bit of farm to harvest it and put it in the ashes. You will not sell no rest until when they say focus. Then town people will go there and start buying it from the same town people. If the money reinvest in different stocks and all those kind of things. Yes, you can say this. You can say the communal farming is a hero. Thank you.
All right. Hello? Hello? No, man. Cut the radio off before you call. 086 107 5 minutes past 5 p.m. We are out of time. 086 107 107 0770 107 107. Hello? That was Pastor Amen.
Yes.
We're out of time.
All right. Okay. First of all, I want to thank all those who call. We will continue with this conversation because it's a very interesting conversation. I will continue with this next week again. Feed Liberia.
Yeah. Please, let's take it one.
Okay. All right.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm Jackie from
Oh, Miss Jackie.
Oh, Jackie.
Oh. Go ahead, Pastor Amen.
Yes. As I was saying, we want to encourage you. For all those who are listening to us, all the chairmen in every community, if you are part of this show, organize yourself. We can do better. We all can come together and help the government so that we all can do better. Feeding ourselves is our responsibility. It's not the government's responsibility. The government has a role to play. but we have a major role to play in order for us to get there. And all of these ideas that we shared today, we want you to call us next week. Let us know if you want to participate in this project. Getting a bag of rice and planting an empty bag of rice to plant something in there. Call us, let us know that you are willing, and show us the bag of rice, what you have done. So call us and show us the bag of rice, what you have planted there, and we're going to be putting a timestamp on you. We're going to be following you, okay? Because we want to see how that is growing until the time of harvest. So please let us participate on this. If you are a farmer, we like to know what you're doing to feed Liberia. I want to thank you all for listening. I want to thank Sister Georges, Mommy Beatrice, and I want to appreciate Alex for helping us getting this message through. We're looking forward to next week. Let us make Liberia a better place, because we can only do better together. God bless you all. See you next week. I want to thank all our viewers on TikTok, and those watching us on Facebook also. I see, Sanat. Thank you for watching and following us. Blessed and beautiful. Thank you for watching us, for following us. Inoya, thank you. Mario Sura, is that Soya? Don Scanty, thank you. Vesta, I think Vesta Pla Warren something. Thank you. This is WAIRIMUND. That's a long name, but thank you. Daz, thank you for following us. Norbert, Meli, Malisi, thank you for following us. Tamike Datin. Oh my God. Okay. Thank you for following us. Slim, thank you. Fatu, thank you. Magdalene, yes, that's Magdalene. Thank you. Amy, thank you. Mary Johnson, thank you. Rita, thank you for watching. Helena, thank you. Thank you for tuning in and watching. We want to encourage you all to please share this link. We're talking about what we can do to feed Liberia, or some part of Liberia or Africa in general. Deborah, thank you for following us. Thank you for being with us on the live. Chilo, thank you. Manuel, thank you. User 22367, thank you. Katrina Dew 3, thank you for following us, and please share this link, share this like. Doctor, thank you. RD Park, thank you for tuning in and following us. Tune in again. Tomorrow we'll be live in Sierra Leone. So please, join us tomorrow again. Tomorrow is gonna be, but tomorrow's conversation is gonna be in Creole, and that will be interesting for you to also follow us there. We're gonna be speaking Creole tomorrow, when we have the show at 4. It's gonna be 4 p.m. United States time, and that should be like 8 o'clock in Sierra Leone. So we'll be live. If you want the Good Citizen also to be in your country, let us know. We can come there and also be part of it. So yeah. But I want to thank all of you for following us, and we look forward to seeing you. Please forgive me, I'm new. I'm not a TikTok person. I just started dealing with TikTok, but I'm getting to know it much better. I'm a Facebook person, but I'm now in TikTok. So please follow us. The goal here is for us to be good citizens, to our country. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be from Liberia or Sierra Leone. You can be any part of the world. It's our responsibility to make the world a better place. You know, you as a good citizen, you're supposed to be the one who is doing good. If you do good, the world will be a better place. I know you might have something going on with your life, something bothering you. But always be careful and mindful. You know, no matter what is affecting you, do not become what is happening to you. You may be feeling bad, but don't become a bad person to other people, because you are not a bad person. You're always a good person. So yes, you may be having a rough time, but that doesn't mean everybody else around you should experience what you're going through. You can be kind to people. You always have the ability to love people. You always have the ability to be kind to people, to be nice to people. You always have the ability to respect people, even when someone disrespects you, because respect is not the person. It is you who carries the respect. So if, like, for example, sometimes when you hear people say, I have lost respect for you, you know, someone does something bad to you or offend you, then you say, I've lost respect to you, for you. If you come to listen to yourself, you are the loser. You are the one losing something valuable. So for example, if someone insults you, that person have lost their respect to you. They have lost their own respect to you. And if you insult that person back, then you also have lost your own respect to them. So respect always comes from you. It's not about the other person. And so because you are a good citizen, I know sometimes insults can affect you emotionally. That's if you buy into them. But if you don't buy into them, you value yourself more than what someone says to you, you will always be on top of them. Because your mind is always what makes you who you are. As a man thinketh, so is he. So go out there and make the world a better place. Be a good citizen. Be a good neighbor. Be a good husband. Be a good child. Be a good wife. You know, be a good anything, that anyone that you come across. If someone comes to you in pieces, let them leave you in peace, because you have put them together. Thank you. I appreciate you for watching us, and keep following us. If you have questions, follow up with your questions, and we'll always try to give you the best answers according to what we know. But thank you. See you again tomorrow or next Saturday. Bye-bye.